Welcome to the Art of Braids. I'm your host, Karyne Tinord, and today's topic is not just about hair, it's about turning braiding into social impact. And I want to start with telling you how I got back into officially starting to braid. And honestly, braiding for me was more of like a survival thing because I was having housing problems as far as like eviction and things like that. But at the same time, I had a nonprofit and I was passionate about that nonprofit. And I started it at the age of 25 and I had no clue as to what a nonprofit was and how much money actually goes into a nonprofit out of pocket. So I basically quit my job at a psychiatric hospital and I blew through my savings working on my nonprofit, giving back and things like that. Like I'm just kind of like not realizing because I was working for so long, from 19 to 25, I didn't really have financial literacy. I didn't understand. Like I just was like, I knew I had security. I knew I had money coming in. When I quit, now I'm like, oh shoot, like reality hit me when I realized I'm like, bro, like you need something to fall back on. There's no money. My thought, there's no money in nonprofit. It's nonprofit. You're not getting paid. And so that's why I started it as a volunteer when life went for the worse for me in 2014, or I'll just say that's a pivot moment in my life. I remembered, oh shoot, I can braid, and I end up putting my license. It's a fast forward from when I quit my job and started a nonprofit, but then I went to beauty school, but I still didn't apply that. I was doing odd jobs here and there, but when I went back to school, I was like, oh shoot, like this could help fund my passion, help fund this nonprofit, help give back to the community. And so, like, I did the nonprofit. I also, for my birthday, I would go there. I took, I think I would believe it was for my 27th birthday. I went to the shelter and I said, hey, I want to take a couple of my friends from beauty school and we're going to come in. And this was in 2011 or end of 2011 to yeah, yeah, it was 2011 or 2012. 2011. Went over there and we braided 27 kids here for school. And why my birthday is September 6th, so it's always around back to school. So I just was like, hey, I'm gonna celebrate my birthday at the shelter. I brought a cake. I brought a couple, my cousin and a couple of his friends. They were in a boy band, and they sang. I didn't think they was gonna sing happy birthday to me. I just wanted them to kind of like, come and entertain people. And it was one of the best feelings in the world to celebrate my birthday with at the shelter, doing like and giving back and things like that. It was no stress. It just was kind of like, hey, we're gonna party and have a good time. And so that was when I started to kind of like weave in my braiding into my social uh community activities or community outreach. So what I'm telling you, as a braider, you can be more than a braider. You do not have to only just be like, I'm gonna braid and do hair. Like, how else are you showing up for your community? How well are you educating your stylist? Are you doing content? So social media currently is very influential and it's accessible, right? There are things that you can do, just kind of like giving people quick tips on how to maintain their hair or what they can do to support families. We also are doing the cornrows and cornbread Crown Care initiative, where we actually do go and partner with schools. Currently, we partner with 2 schools in the Bronx where we go as braiders and braid some of the youth hair for either a summer program or within the school year. So there's different ways that you can show up as a beauty professional, as a braider. Because again, the skill is something that can sustain you, and also it can uplift somebody else if you're doing it properly, like not snatching people edges, right? And saying I'm helping you, like giving them a good experience. And I'm big on saying painless braiding is a thing and should be promoted. And so that is how I make social impact, letting people know like things to look out for when you're booking a braider, or things to say in the chair, or advocate for yourself so you do not lose your edges, or you do not end up with traction alopecia or anything else, especially if you have a sensitive scalp, or if you're going through if you have lupus, or going through chemo treatments, or just anything that's going to affect your follicles or your hair. And so there's so many ways that you can be of service and of impact in the social arena. You can also become a mentor for upcoming braiders, right? If you're established already, you have your license, and you're doing things, remember, you are only one person and you're only getting older. There's going to be a time where you retire. And so the best way that you can give back to the community and to the next generation is by being a mentor and teaching them the ways that they can be better. And so I just wanted to leave that with you. You are able to make and create your own community-based movements. The Cornrows and Cornbread Collective is is events and activities that I create to spark conversation around hair, beauty, food, culture, creativity. Because you can be more than behind the chair. You can be more than a stylist. You can be more than a braider. You can be anything that you want, but let it be anything that you want and that you love to do, because how you show up, you can't fake it, right? When you love something, you cannot fake it. It just exudes you. So I'm a little tired, but I had to send this message out because I care and I want y'all to show up a little bit better and not run with the excuses. You have time if you make time. Till the next time, we have an amazing new guest coming next week so please tune in for that one. I'll give you a hint. Honey Beauty. Have a good one, everybody. I'm so excited to introduce to you something that I've been wearing and loving for some time now, and I think you will too. For me, when I braid or teach or go throughout my day, style and comfort are a tie for my number one priority. And that's why I love Clove shoes. I mean, you can't spell clove without love. That's CLOVE. And they started making sneakers for the healthcare workers, like nurses, who need good support for long shifts on their feet. Same as in beauty and with creators, right? You're on your feet on the go all the time. And that's what these shoes are for. They're also waterproof and they wipe clean, so there's no worries about spills or stains from any products you use. And on top of that, they're super cute. And there's so many colors for you to choose from, so it'll go with any look you have. I'd love for you to try a pair, so I've got an offer code for you. Visit goclove.com/Karyne and use code CLOVEKARYNE, that's Clove, then my name, KARYNE, for 20% off your first pair. You might start collecting them like I do. That's Clove Karyne for 20% off your first shoe order at goclove.com/Karyne.